Alright guys, welcome back once again. So I'm here in Paris at the moment. Today we'll be talking about how much money you're supposed to carry when you're coming to Paris as a student. I'm going to be joined by Kamil. Kamil, before we go ahead, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Kamil. I'm from Gujarat, India. I have completed my bachelor's in 2017. After that, I have taken some of my sales executive as a professional experience and applied for the master's. And in the College of Paris, I got the admission in MSc in International Marketing. And I'm here since 2 months in Paris.
To get into your master's program, 2 years of experience was mandatory?
No, it's not the mandatory, as you have the IELTS, and with the good graduation, which is of my first class, I have completed in first class, so it was not mandatory. But as I don't want to waste my time sitting there in the India, so I have taken the experience which helped me out in the future goals.
Today's goal of the video is to tell you guys how much money you're supposed to carry, and Kamil is here to share his experience because he's just come like 2 months back. That means he's still trying to settle down in the society. A lot of things are new for him, the culture, the lifestyle, the language, everything's, I'm sure, new here, right?
Yeah, it's everything new, a lot.
And so yeah, just stick till the last, and this is what we will be talking about. If some of the parents who are watching right now, and they might have this question of how much money should I send my kid along with? What is that number?
As a cash, we can say a hard cash, you can carry around 100 to 150 euros.
Okay.
And by the multi-currency card, it will be 1200 to 1500 euros you have to put in the multi-currency card.
You can carry Forex card,
Yeah.
and you can have, like, 1500 euros there.
Yes.
Let's go forward from here on. Imagine that this is the first month I've just arrived, and if you really have to count on a fingertips, like these are the places where you might have to give money, or short you will have to give money.
Yeah.
What would that be?
So there are 5 points where you have to spend your money once you arrive in the Paris. The first one, that you have to take cab or any transportation to reach your accommodation place.
Right.
Then the accommodation amount, then
Right.
the food, then OFI and the pass or the Navigo or the transportation card, which is here as Paris we use this one, this 5
Right,
plates.
just to move around
Yeah.
once I've come here.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first one. Imagine that I'm standing at Charles de Gaulle Airport.
Yeah.
Okay, by the way, there are 2 airports in Paris. One is Orly, one is Charles de Gaulle. Orly is in the southern part of Paris. Charles de Gaulle is in the northern part of Paris.
Yeah.
Both of them can literally take 45 minutes for you to come to the main city of Paris. Can you give us a rough amount if, let's say, my accommodation, what I've booked before even coming to this country,
Yeah.
it's in the center of the city, and I'm standing at Charles de Gaulle Airport, how much money I might have to spend to come to the city center?
There are 2 or 3 options. From there you have to come to the center of the city. One is about taxi, second is bus, third one is train. Okay, for the taxi it is around 50 to 75 euros. For the
Right.
bus it will be 25 to 30 euros.
Right.
And for the train it will be 10 to 15 euros. And also if you ask someone, they can provide you a weekly passes which is of 22 euros.
Right. One pro tip I want to give you, since I live in Berlin, I've traveled multiple times from both the airports. Always be careful of scammers. There are people who are always standing just like in a nice court. They will offer you to take you to the city. Do not go to them. Go to only taxi stand. Literally go to the information desk and ask them where is the taxi stand and the weekly passport, he said. If you're able to buy that right at the airport, good for you, because within the first week you might have to travel different places even though you reach your accommodation. So let's go to the second one now. You said second point as
It's
accommodation.
yeah.
How much is the ideal amount, is a good amount to be spent in Paris?
As an ideal amount, as to the student visa, you show that is 650, which is average amount to have accommodation in Paris. But here in the Paris there are 5 zones. So in the center of the city is zone 1, where you have to get at least 800 euros per month as an accommodation for the apartment.
Okay.
615 to 800 is like around 800 for an apartment. It's a studio apartment. And then you go a little bit far from the city, it goes lesser till 250 to 300. That's a minimum. It is
Right.
like you have to pay this much. Lesser than that's no option.
There are a few points what you mentioned, just want to quickly reiterate it.
Yeah.
So you said 650 you have to show it, right?
615, yes,
So-
per month.
So to get a student visa in France, you're supposed to show officials, French officials, that 650 multiplied by 12 months, which is for 1 year,
Yeah.
whatever that money comes, you have to show that in a bank account.
Yeah.
You did that, and that's what he spoke about, like 650 for the living expense in the city, which was mainly for accommodation in this
Yeah.
case. So what we're trying to say is, the more you want to live in the city center, of course, then you gotta drill your pocket more. It's better that you stay a bit outside, maybe try to get along with more people and buy a bigger apartment, make more friends.
And also if you live outside the Paris, there is no problem that to travel in the Paris because there are transportation
Oh,
system is
absolutely,
really
for
good.
sure. Yeah, yeah. When he says that outside Paris, that doesn't mean like you're gonna go and stay next to the winery or a farm.
Yeah.
But it's still a city, you know.
Yeah.
What's the next point?
The next point was the food. So as in food, if you are a good cook and you don't just need things to cook the food, you just have to get 75 euros to 100 euros and you can be a good healthy eating for 3 times in a month. This much is because there are lots of stores like Monoprix, there are lots of like discounted store over here. But if you are not a good cook, you have to spend at least 200 to 300 euros per month in the restaurants and in the places like Subway or McD's. This is all about. But yeah, food is costly if you don't know to cook.
Okay, and do you know how to cook?
A little bit.
Okay, let's move forward. What's the next point?
The next point was the OFI, which is the document which is used to validate your stay in the France, and that document is used to have a 60 euro stamp, and that stamp is done by the online as well as physically. You can go to the bar store and purchase the stamp and validate your stay in the France. So if you want to do it by the online, so you have at least 60 euros in your multi-currency card,
Okay.
or else with the French bank debit card. If you have a hard cash, you can go to the tobacco store and get the stamp and validate your OFI.
What I understand, the reason you're supposed to do OFI is because you have to register as a citizen locally into the local municipality. Irrespective of which city in Paris, in France you go, you're supposed to get that done.
Get that done.
Is there any time frame that this is the minimum time frame you're supposed
Yeah,
to do
it's
the OFI?
3 months of
Okay.
time zone that you have. Before 3 months you have to do it, but most probably lots of peoples and students in my class, they have done it since they arrived, and it is just 5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes.
Wow.
From this February 2019 or from this year it is changed, just 5 minutes. Otherwise it was like long hold or appointments and be in the line. But this time it's like isn't right.
What's the last point?
The last one is the transportation. Now the transportation here, it is known as a Navigo. There you get a pass. It's divided in 2 ways. If you are below 26, you just have to carry a pass of 350 for a year, and in that you can travel bus, tram, metro, RER. These are 4 main major travel in the cities.
Right.
And this is not the year like from April to April. No,
Okay.
in France it is April to December. If you come in May, it's May to December. Yeah. But if you are above 26, which I am, and I'm having a problem because I have to spend at least 850 per year, because monthly I have to pay 75
Whoa,
per month.
what a difference, man.
Yeah, that's a
Honestly,
huge
okay.
difference.
So if I understand now, you said if I'm below 26,
Yeah.
I'm only paying what?
350 euros. Done.
Okay.
And also they give you the installments.
Installment options.
Yeah, 138, then
Right.
30, 30, 30, 30, something like that.
Interesting, man. And if I'm above 26,
Yeah,
then I'm paying
75 per month.
75 euros per month.
Per month.
Thank you so much, Kamil,
Thank you so
for
much.
joining
Nice
me.
meeting you.
And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.